G'day champion, it's Stuart Stone here from Health and Fitness Over 40 and welcome again to one of our base level series videos. And today we're going to talk about diabetes. How do you test for it, what are normal levels, and what can you do on a day-to-day basis to check? So let's get into it. Now the first thing that you can do if you're not sure if you have diabetes is you get the urine test strips. In other words, you're going to pee on a strip of paper that's going to tell you if you have sugar in your urine, if you have excess ketone bodies in your urine, if your pH levels are outside normal ranges, and so on. So that's your general test. If you're not sure if you've got diabetes, it's just a base level test for you to take that information if you're falling outside of normal ranges to then go to your GP to get checked out more fully. Because it may be diabetes, it may be something else, it could be a kidney problem. There are numerous potential problems, infections for example, that can change the protein levels in your urine, your sugar levels and your pH levels. So it's a good way to test if you're a bit off colour or if you're not sure if you've got a specific condition or not. So where do you get these pee strips? Well, there's a link in the description below. You can get yours from Amazon. Dirt cheap and very effective way to test yourself. And what I've also put in there is a link for the same pH strips for your cat and your dog. Why? Because your cat and your dog can't tell you when they're not feeling too good. They're just going to be quiet, lethargic, or they're going to be a bit aggressive or a bit hyper. So the easiest way to test them out before you go to the vets and spend a stupid amount of money trying to work out what's going on is just do a pee strip, check their protein levels, same as you would on yourself, or their sugar levels and everything else. And especially in elderly animals, kidney failure and diabetes are two very common problems. You can check them out and then you've got an avenue into directing the tests so that it's not going to affect your wallet massively, and also so that your pet can get the treatment that they need quickly. And same goes for you. Pee on the pee sticks, take the information to your GP, and you narrow down a lot of the guesswork starting out. So that's the easiest way to test for if you have ketone bodies, in other words type 1 diabetes. If your insulin levels are off, you can have ketone bodies in your urine. Glycosuria, which basically means you've got sugar in your urine, again very common for people with undiagnosed type 2 diabetes. So it's a very good simple starting point test. But what about when you actually have diabetes, or you're borderline, you're pre-diabetic and you want to monitor your blood sugar levels, and more importantly you're changing your diet around, you're eating healthier and you want to see your blood sugar levels come down, but you don't want to be going to your GP, to your doctor every other day to have your blood sugar levels checked. What can you do? Well, again, in the description box below there's a link for you to get your own test kit so you can check your blood sugar levels day by day. Now what are the numbers? What do they look like? What should they be so that you can tell whether you're diabetic, pre-diabetic, or ideal world, normal and healthy? Well, let's give you a rundown. We'll put the graphic up here and go through it, but it looks like this. Your fasting blood glucose. In other words, when you wake up in the morning and you do the test, your fasting blood glucose levels should be 100 or lower. If it's 100 to 125, you can consider yourself pre-diabetic, and if it's over 126 on 2 separate occasions, you're probably diabetic. That's the basic test. Now, if we just do a random test anytime through the day, after you've eaten, before you've eaten, doesn't matter, if your blood sugar level is above 200, well then you're probably diabetic. Now, if it's in the range of 100 to 140 2 hours after you've eaten, hey, you're in the safe range. But if you're in that 140 to 199 level, well, you could be pre-diabetic. Again, further testing required. So this is where you monitor these things, look at your diet, and see if you're consistently spiking up into that 200 range, you're high risk for diabetes, you need to get checked out. Why is diabetes important? Well, diabetes predisposes you to pretty much every bad thing that can happen to humans. In other words, diabetic blindness, kidney failure, various other conditions and cancers predisposed by diabetes, gangrene, heart disease, you name it. If you're diabetic, your risk of it goes up at least 30%. Diabetes left unmanaged is a massive, massive shortener of your life. So that's it in a nutshell. You can get all of the base levels that you need to understand on a day-to-day basis to monitor your health. Now this isn't a substitute to your GP, this is just your early warning light, like the oil light in your car, saying let's go and get this checked out before it becomes a crisis that puts your life and your health at risk. So again, in the description box below you can get the whole book, The base levels, the health baselines that you need to know to monitor your health and well-being moving forward. It's $7. It could be the best investment of your life. Grab yours today, and I'll talk to you again with another base levels video very soon.